Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG Radio Show. And I'm on here actually just to give you some tips as far as when you're negotiating salary. I know it might not seem like a lot when you're looking for work, and it's like, well, they already said that the position was paying X amount of dollars. How can I negotiate that salary? Well, I was looking at the Wall Street Journal, and I am going to share the link below in the full video. But on this article, and I'm actually just pulling up the title here in case you just want to search it on your own, says hiring hit annual record despite December slowdown. So there was some slowdown in December, and it makes sense. You know, it's the holidays and this brand new Omicron variant is coming about. So it's like, well, what's going on? You know, so companies are still like, let's push it out to the first quarter to see what's going on. But despite that, compared to a year ago, one thing that was noted about this, outside of what was going on with COVID and, the brand new variant, was the increase in salary from a year ago. So that is why I wanted to come on today and talk to you a little bit further about that. So on average, they had mentioned that the average salary from 14.50 actually increased up to $16 an hour. Now, basic math, that's pretty much that 10% increase. So if you are thinking as far as looking for a job, especially one that you're highly skilled in, one that you do have that background and experience in, your minimum as far as that increase should be that 10%. And I'm not saying anything to, go into boast yourself or go in there to excuse yourself, but because of the high demand for workers, especially skilled workers such as yourself, you should be putting yourself at a higher caliber. One other thing that was actually noted in the article, which I found really interesting, especially since I am looking at this law career path, was that one of the government lawyers who was noted in the article is that when she went to go look for a side job, and she's had only restaurant hospitality experience maybe 3 or 4 years ago before she got into law school, but they immediately took her in, paying between 20 to 25 an hour. Now, most folks would be like, whoa, 40 to 50 grand as far as a starting salary, working in the restaurant hospitality business is a lot. But I'm pretty sure with her law background, it might have helped a little bit. But for the fact that she was actually hired on within a week, shows a whole lot. So if you are looking for that side gig, if you are looking for that main point of employment, funding is being cut back. And that's the other thing too. Governments are pulling back. Out here in Philadelphia, there was an article that rent assistant is being pulled back as well because the government, as well as the world, is realizing like, okay, we might not be at 100% where we need to be at with our economy, but we are slowly getting there. So for those that were collecting those unemployment checks, time is running out and it is start to looking. But with your experience and with your background and especially education, I don't want you to feel that you need to limit yourself and saying like, well, woe is me. I don't want to be going for a job that just says 15 an hour. Hey, if you're saying 15 an hour, bump up that pay when you're going in to negotiate to 16.50, 17 an hour, what have you. The worst thing that you could do is go into a job and realize after you start working there, like, wow, I really could have did this blindfolded. And on top of that, I probably could have got paid a whole lot more for the opportunity. So take advantage of that. There are different negotiating tips that you can do, but the biggest thing is stick with the number that you feel confident in. And when you go in, be sure to explain why, get ready to break down the reasons why you feel qualified. If you have some education, if you have some recent certifications that you've recently done, or you're just that knowledgeable and based in it, now is the time to actually showcase that and bring that to the table, especially when you're speaking with hiring managers and potential employers when you are going through an interview, because they want to know why. It's like, all right, well, if I am going to be paying them 17, 18 an hour, what is the reason for this? I need to have some back. I can't just say like, oh, the resume looks good. Or I can't just say like, oh yeah, because they worked 5 years at this one specific company makes them an overachiever. They need to actually express why. And the only way they can do that is if you communicate and speak that language. All right. So go into that job, get it out of the back of your mind that you're not worth $20 an hour, 25, 30, or even $60 an hour. Always push for that. The worst thing they'll come back to you and say, hey, we're not able to pay you 65 an hour, but would you be okay with 55 an hour? Knowing in the back of your mind, you know what? I was making 45 an hour. This would definitely be a great increase for me. So take that opportunity, use the value and worth that you already have towards that next opportunity, and you're going to be great. If you need more further tips and advice on how to become excelling and negotiating that salary to get to where you need to be at, feel free to give me a call, 609-351-3975, or feel free to leave a comment below this video. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon.